You will know by now how much Racing Welfare do and how much Racing Welfare supports the workforce, the entire workforce as well, not just those who work in racing stables or in studs. This has been Mental Health Awareness Week. Racing Welfare in this industry has very much been at the forefront. Their mental health lead is Christina, who's on the line now. Morning, Christina.
Good morning, Nick.
I very much enjoyed that video we just showed there, and it did strike me how horse racing and being outdoors and being around animals can be such a net positive for your mental health, as well as the difficulties that we faced over the last year or 18 months.
Absolutely, and I think, as the film suggests, getting out into nature, I think a lot of us, we spend a lot of time outside, especially in racing, but I think it's about taking that time to take notice of your surroundings and appreciate how that might make you feel. And I think that's something that we were really keen to promote with working with Equine Productions on this year's film. And actually that it celebrates the positive aspects of coming through, our journeys with mental health as well.
Yeah, that proximity to nature, the proximity to the animal can be so good for the soul. Talk to me about what's been achieved in this last week and what you've really been trying to promote alongside what we've just been speaking about.
So it's been absolutely fantastic, first and foremost. I think we've been leading on this to the industry for the past 4 or 5 years, and it's really built over that time. And the whole point of the week is to obviously raise awareness of mental health, and that it's really okay to talk about it. And I think personally, through this week, what's been absolutely fantastic is we started the week with Anthony Kemp, who's race day presenter, speaking to ITV Racing, and being so brave in telling his story. And it just started the week off absolutely fantastically. And, being able to give voice to our beneficiary stories is just wonderful. The week is always really well supported by the industry. So we've had race courses across the country that have been racing this week. They've supported us by wearing obviously our green ribbons. They've done race cards, they've played the film, and just encouraging them to talk to their employees and really take note of being outside over the week as well. And I think our podcast with Tina and Lauren, so On Track, Off Course, this week was with Chris Hughes, and one of the things that really resonated with me was that it felt, I know I spoke to Tina and she said for the first time it felt like having a conversation about mental health felt normal, which I think is absolutely fantastic, because absolutely it's something that we should be able to chat about, and actually we should put as much emphasis on our mental health as we do our physical health.
And there have been precious few upsides to the pandemic. But it does strike me that what we are prepared to do now in terms of talking about how we feel is very different to what it might have been if we'd had this conversation in January 2020.
I think so. The last year's been very hard and challenging for many, many people, coming in and out of many lockdowns, not being able to see family and friends, and not being able to work for many of us as well. And, we saw a huge jump in people seeking help for mental health as a result of that. And I think that it's something that, like you say, perhaps people wouldn't necessarily have, not necessarily faced up to, but I think wouldn't have spoken about, or it wouldn't have maybe have been so prevalent if we hadn't gone through such a tough time altogether. I think that's the key there as well, is that we've all been through this, and although everybody's journeys through it have been different, I think there's been a common theme of support there, which is fantastic.
Before you go, I do want to give you an opportunity to tell people they can still get involved just in the wellbeing survey if they haven't completed it.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you for this opportunity. It closes tonight at midnight. If you want to check in on your own wellbeing, so this is something that I lead on for the industry, is that wellbeing project that Rishi sits on and was launched back on the 21st of April. It takes 10 minutes to complete. It's completely anonymous and confidential, but it will really help us in understanding the workforce's well-being. What's really important about that is that we've got really fantastic services in the industry already supporting the workforce, but it's about how we can develop those in the future. So if people could just take the time, if they haven't done so already, to complete the survey, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Christina, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Nick.
Christina Sell, the mental health lead for Racing Welfare.